Yo, what is up guys, Boris here, and I've finally done it. I've completed the hardest dungeon in One Piece Treasure Cruise. It took me a while, but I decided to finally go ahead and try it. And what I think is one of the best teams, if not the best team in the game, and that is a zombie team with a Log Luffy friend captain. Now, let me go ahead and explain to you guys why I'm so excited. Like I said, this is the hardest dungeon in the game. After completing this, I have officially completed all the content except for a few Colosseums that have not come back, that came out while I wasn't playing. So I've officially done it. I've beat Luffy's Treasure Cruise. So now we just need to wait for future content. But let's focus on this walkthrough, which is a walkthrough of the Doflamingo training force. And if you see, my HP is less than 200. So why is this team what I think is probably the best team in the game? Well, it's because it's a combination of a zombie team and a Log Luffy team. Now, Log Luffy is the best character captain by far in the game, and the zombie teams are the most resilient teams in the game. So when you combine the two, you get what is pretty much the craziest output damage potential possible, while still being the safest team possible. So let me go ahead and explain to you guys how this team sort of works, because some of you guys might be wondering, like, what's going on? Why does he only have 100 something HP? Well, let me start with the Rocket Man. The ship is the Rocket Man. It just recently left the Rayleigh shop, but it was available for 2 months. The Rocket Man will reduce the attack and reduce the HP of all tough units by a large amount. So if you notice my team, I don't have any tough units. Now, normally, you probably want to use Elizabello for this training force, but since I don't have him, I can't run him. And since he's a tough unit, that means since I don't have him and I'm not running him, I can use the Rocket Man to put me all the way down to below 200 HP. And then what that allows me to do is use my auto heal sockets every turn to heal back 200. Now, here's the cool part: Brook, his captain ability means that you will not die from one person as long as you're above 70% HP. So as long as you have Brook as your captain and you have this much HP and you have auto heal sockets, you're going to be healing back every turn to full, and then every turn you go back down to 1 HP. So it's 1 HP full, 1 HP heal, 1 HP heal, and it's crazy, you can't die. And then you combine it with Log Luffy for that huge damage boost, and you have a really awesome team. So this is one of my favorite teams in the game, a hybrid between a zombie and a high damage outputting team. Now, I brought a health cutter in Mihawk, and I brought what's his name? I brought Corazon on, which I have on the left. You have to put him on the left. This is the first turn where you'll need Corazon. Now check this out. I only have level 2 chains, so I'd actually, it might seem like I can't go through this, but this is really cool. If you're chained for 1 turn, after you attack, it goes away before they attack you. So the chains went away and allowed the Trable to attack me, but again, my Brook captain was up now, so I do get to heal. So I use a combination of Mihawk plus a raid boss Sabo plus Sengoku to just do massive amounts of damage. And the trick to this team, guys, is that you have to pretty much only take a hit from 1 person each turn. If you take hits from 2 people, you will die. This team will only work. Zombie teams pretty much only work against 1 enemy. So you pretty much have to isolate an enemy, and that's pretty easy to do. Now, after you've isolated the enemy and you've killed everyone else, then you just stall back up for all your specials. Again, Mihawk 30% cut, then a Sabo. Sabo can deal probably upwards of 700 to 800,000 over 2 turns. You got Sengoku for a massive random damage, as well as Log Luffy also has massive random damage. Sengoku has a 1.5 boost. Log Luffy guarantees a red orb, and you have the Rocket Man for 100k damage. So you have crazy amounts of damage potential with this team. And on top of that, like I said, you also get the benefit of being able to survive pretty much anything. So, with that said, and all the explanations out of the way, let's go ahead and talk to you guys, because these are some of the harder rooms in the dungeon. So first off, we have this room right here. Now, normally you'd think that you want to stall on someone like Mach Vice, but Mach Vice is actually pretty dangerous because he'll actually deal 1,000 damage before his attack, if he does attack. So do not let him attack you, you will die. So in this case, you have to stall on Dellinger. And now Dellinger, sometimes the annoying part about zombie teams is that if you have to stall on someone that does a special every turn, it becomes really annoying. But it's part of the zombie team, it's part of that thing. Most characters, you'll be fine getting them like right above 20% and then killing them before they start doing their animation every single turn. But in this case, it's perfectly fine. Just deal with it, and then we move on to the next room. Now, again, the strategy is pretty simple. It's just get to the next room. You start off with Mihawk for the health cut. You can actually use Brook. Brook does lower defense by I think 50% or something. So if you want to use Brook, that might be a thing you want to use too. But yeah, just go ahead into the next room, use Mihawk, use Sengoku, use Luffy, use Sabo, use the Rocket Man, and yeah, and then just take out everyone except just isolate the opponent, like I said. And like I said, this is crazy amounts of damage. Look how much damage I'm gonna do here to Diamante. Like, it's really easy to one shot. Not really one shot, but you know, defeat all these enemies in one turn. And then you just have someone on Pika. Now Pika is really annoying as well to stall on because he has that chain, and he does do his special every 3 turns. On top of that, he will heal. He will heal. I think once you hit him below 50, he will heal back up once. But after that heal, he won't heal again. So keep that in mind, and you should be fine. So like you see, I'm pretty much skipping to the ends. Once I stall, I'm skipping all the stalling parts, so you guys don't have to see that. But it's actually not as long as you think it'll take. It doesn't take as long as I thought it would take, at least. So there's that. Moving on to the Doflamingo section. Now this is pretty tricky, guys. I died here the previous run before this because I thought I needed to kill the top Doflamingo. You need to kill the bottom Doflamingo. The reason you gotta kill the bottom Doflamingo is because he'll start healing after a certain number of turns. So if he starts healing, it's still possible to kill him, but you probably will have to waste one of your resources, which is really important in the next room. So definitely target the bottom Doflamingo, and again, go all out. If you use all your specials and hit everything fine, you will kill him pretty easily. However, you will notice here that when I tried to kill him, I actually ended up messing up, and then I ended up getting really bad orbs. As you'll see here in a second, I'm gonna get really bad orbs in the next. I already start off bad with like the grade, and then I don't get Log Luffy's attack off, which would have done, you know, a lot of damage, made it really easy to KO him. But here we go. You see I have bad orbs. I'm like, crap, I thought the run was over here. So I actually did think the run was over here. But just look, man, this is why Sabo is you know, by a lot of people like the best raid boss. You can just look at the amount of damage just Sabo alone did right there. And like I said, now we've isolated the top Dofi, so now again, just stall all your specials back up, and you should be good to go for the next room. Now, I guess one thing to note is that, again, with some characters, you want to try not to get them below 20, because then it just makes stalling a bit slower. So try to get them above 20, and then once you're almost done, attack. So, you know, they're attacking, you do the animation as many times as they really, it becomes really annoying if they start doing it a lot. And here's the room that gives me the most trouble. The reason this dungeon is so difficult is because this room, you cannot stall these guys. 5 enemies, and they all pretty much will wreck you. So, pretty lucky I got a 4-turn cooldown on Mach Vice in the back. He can, I think I've seen him with a 2-turn cooldown, so anywhere between 2 and 4 turns. But as you'll see here, it doesn't really matter because we will take pretty much everyone out in 2 turns. And you want to pretty much stall on not Mach Vice, on Lao G. You want to stall on Lao G. And again, you can re-roll. The OP about this thing, guys, is you can close out the game and re-roll your damage on Sengoku and Log Luffy. However, most of the times you should be good. It shouldn't be that necessary. So if you get a bad roll here, you can definitely you know, retry and get a new roll. Go ahead and use, like they said, like the Sabo and the Rocket Man, and man, you're looking at a lot of damage. a lot of damage. Now you can actually save the Rocket Man for next turn if you think you don't need it. It might be better sometimes to pick off an enemy than to actually do a little bit of the damage. It might save some damage in the long run, but personally I don't know how much damage I'm going to do to each unit, so let's go ahead and use it just to guarantee. And then, like I said, now that I hit the Log Luffy, I do a lot of damage. And now, look, Mach Vice, I need to take out Mach Vice, and pretty much once I take out Mach Vice, I've won. If you can get past this part and isolate Lao G, it's over, because there's pretty much no way for you to die. And so hopefully, you know, you guys have your sockets ready to go, because in the next room, they're going to be pretty important. Like I said, you want to definitely bring level 3 Chain and Despair, but if you don't have level 3, I think level 2 Chain will be fine. I'm not sure if level 2 Despair will be. I assume it might be if it works just like the Chain does, but I know level 2 Chain definitely works with the Corazon, of course. You do need to bring Corazon, guys. That's the important part. I guess I forgot. Oh, I said it a bit earlier, but definitely you need Corazon. If you don't have Corazon, then you can use a Corazon Friend Captain over Log Luffy. You lose out on some damage, but then you can replace Corazon on your team with someone else. So that is something definitely to keep in mind. So here we go again. You're going to get your captain chained and sealed for 6 turns. But again, Corazon plus sockets makes it so that you can get rid of it. Go ahead and use Sabo and Mihawk. And the key here, guys, if you can, all you got to do is kill Trable in 2 turns. He has about 1,000,000 HP, if I remember correctly. So he's not that difficult to take out. Sabo alone will pretty much do most of his HP. So really, like I said, it's not that difficult. Again, you have 2 turns And if you take him out, it's over. You can't lose. Once you take out Trable, you cannot lose. Again, assuming you don't die here because you have your Brook Chained or Silence. So, with that said, it's over. We pretty much just need to take him out. Now, again, because like I was talking about earlier, he does do his animation at return below 20. So, again, I'll probably try to get him as close to 20 as possible and then go all out. So I've went ahead and installed for my specials again, just so he doesn't, doesn't have to go through all the animations and just, again, do everything all over again. And like I said, at this point, you've cleared the forest. So right now, it's just like execution, just keep attacking him until it's over, and boom, you've completed the hardest dungeon in the game. So overall, this team is kind of cool. Let me go ahead and let you guys know that you can try running Diamante over Sengoku if you guys want to do that. I was trying Diamante. It's not as much damage as I would like it to, but I think it definitely is possible with Diamante. And of course, you do need a Corazon, but if you don't have Corazon, then you can run a Corazon Friend Captain. Again, less damage potential, but it does allow you to run the dungeon, and you can use someone else, or you can even use Ain from the Zephyr raid boss, I believe. You can use someone like that as well. Now that I think about it, however, keep in mind that sockets are pretty important. Make sure to socket the Corazon because he's out right now. Go ahead and socket your Brook and all that stuff. And here we go, guys, the Doflamingo ship. Now, this ship, if you guys don't know what it does, it actually is a driven ship, boost driven, attack by 1.5 and HP by 1.35. The crazy thing, guys, the reason this is a crazy ship is because it gives you a higher chance to hit perfects, and on top of that, it also has a special which boosts your chain by 0.2. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed this walkthrough. I thought it was a really cool team to bring you guys. I've done it. I've cleared out the content. So if you guys want to check out my other training forest videos, I'll have a link down below to that. Or if you guys simply want to check out my top 10 series, I'll have a link to that as well below. So that's it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, peace.